And here we are at the post-event press conference for BKFC 51 here from Salem, Virginia. A fantastic night. Incredible turnout from the fans here in Southwest Virginia. A lot of fans in the house, an electric atmosphere all night long. Had some crazy fights as well. One thing I can't tell you, we do not have David Feldman here. He had prior engagements. Unfortunately, he could not be here, so we do not have our awards yet. Those will be announced very, very soon. Stay tuned to our social media. The Brian Socha Show, check that out. He'll probably announce it there. That's where everything gets announced. But I have no qualms. That being said, an incredible night. We're going to bring the fighters up here from our co-main event and our main event. So let's get started here with the winner of our co-main event, Dustin Peg.
Thank you, sir. What's up, everybody? I think I got punched in my throat again. What's up? Every fight I talk like this. I don't know.
I think you sound great. Listen, first of all, do you have any remarks after that fight?
I just want to thank God for his grace. I'm so blessed beyond what I deserve. I got such a beautiful, healthy family. I got such a great support team. I have so many great friends that support me. Spend money, travel, take off work to come to these events. My parents are so supportive. I'm so thankful, and so thank you, God.
Yeah, I met your dad actually on the way in. He was so proud to be your father, so that is true. He's a proud dad there. We have a media question over here, if you'd like to have one.
Yeah, Matthew Kohler with Knuckletown Rankings, and you just took on Joe Elmore, who I think everybody would tell you, and you probably knew coming in, that he is not an easy fight for anyone, and clearly, you know, all the judges saw every round in your favor. Did you see it going that way? And what's next for you after a win like that?
Absolutely. Joe, he is a very, very tough guy. I think he's going to be trouble for anybody he faces. I don't care, top 5, top 3 champion, doesn't matter. He's going to give you a war, and I was prepared for that. One thing I mentioned, I'm a Joe Elmore fan, and I'm also a brawler. I love to just hunker down, root your feet, and just throw bombs. But Joe's a dangerous guy to do that with. So my coaches stayed in my ear with each round, stick and move. I tried my best to just jab and move and cut angles instead of just, planting my feet and throwing. And as far as what's next, I said after my fight, I'm always like begging for big things, but maybe I'm just going to let my fights do the bargaining for me, and maybe my actions will just speak louder than words. So we'll see what they hand me.
So clearly you came in expecting a war. So Joe gave you the fight that you were expecting, and is there anybody specific that you want to call out? Like, who's next for you?
I think Go-Go is a Joe Elmore. I think he's a tough, hard-throwing person. I think Joe Elmore and Go-Go are very similar fighters. I don't think there's much difference between the two. So I actually think Rico Franco is a better fighter than Go-Go. So it would be in my best interest, skip over Franco, take the belt, and then maybe have him as my first title contention. But we'll see. I'll fight anybody they throw in front of me.
That's why the fans love you. Any more questions for Dustin Peg? I know he has to hit the stitch room, so we'll get him out of here so we can do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for one half of the co-main event, the winner of the co-main event, Dustin the Disciple Peg. Thanks for stopping by, Dustin. And I think Joe is still in the stitch room right now, so we're going to move along here. And I guess here she is, the champ, Britian Hart. Come on up, Britian. Congratulations. Go sit right up there, grab the mic, make sure you put it close to your face so we can hear what you have to say, because I know people have a lot of questions and they want to ask you a lot of things. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the main event, still champion, it's Britian Hart. Britian, before we get started, and you can just make your remarks. Any remarks you'd like to make?
Yeah, oh man, I'm super happy to be here and still, so 3 times, it means a lot to me. I have a special number in my head. I said I wanted to be 4-time champ by 2023, and I'm on my way, so super happy.
Congratulations on your win tonight. We have a question right over here.
Hey, Britton, Matthew with Knuckletown Rankings. Was this the fight that you expected? That's my first question.
I definitely expected Melanie to be super tough. She's a pressure fighter, and I think they're the hardest fighters that you can, be up against. So I know that she was coming to put it on me. I know a lot of people think that when I get overwhelmed or when I get hurt, I fall apart. But I don't know why they think that, because I always come back and I get my get back. So I was happy that she showed up the fighter she was. I'm a bit disappointed in myself, as always. I hold myself to a high standard. I really train to be powerful and be precise. I really wanted to aim small, miss small, and I really want the knockout in BKFC. I'm really trying for that. I train for it every day, and so when I don't get it, I am a little upset, but I just have to give her mad credit with the intention of me. I'm not going in there, let the fight come to me. I'm going in there to knock you out. And so the fact that she went the distance like that just speaks volumes to that, and then it speaks volumes that I still haven't figured it out.
Britton, you fought here, I should say, in Salem, and I know it was very important to you for a number of reasons. We spoke before the fight. You said to come back and perform in your hometown and show people how far you've come, but it was also important to you to shut people up that may have been negative in your career. Can you speak on that quickly, how that felt?
Absolutely. I started boxing in 2016, relatively not that long ago. I never put on boxing gloves prior to that. I never took any combat sports. I didn't do wrestling. I was just on the streets. And 2016, I put the gloves on. I went pro 4 months later. Everybody from this city and this town said I was going to get murdered on TV, embarrass myself, be an embarrassment to my school, my city, my town, my family. A lot of them turned their backs on me, a lot of my blood family turned their backs on me. And it took years of being on the road, being homeless, bouncing around, and people said that negatively. I'm a gym hopper, I'm a gym whore, I'm this and that. But I was just trying to find a home that wanted me. And Danville was the first place that really let me in. And that's where my home will always be. And I always bring and go back there, but they love me for who I am and let me go out there and bring the pieces back to them. And so it started with Danville, then I went to Philly, then I went to Ventura, California, Tampa, Florida, Miami, Florida, Fort Lauderdale. And I realized that I was just building all these communities on my back that made me who I was. So now when I come back here, I see all my friends and family from my ride or die, high school, college, working days, and I see all the people that said I would be nobody. And they were all here tonight watching. I know who they are, and they know who they are, but I think they're proud of me, and I earned that. And that's cool. That's what it's about, being better, not bitter.
That's a good way to look at it. I heard them chanting for you. I heard them yelling for you. They definitely have changed their minds on that. We have one more over here.
So, Britton, we know that going into this fight, you knew that you would have one of your rivals. I think you recently said frenemies, is what you called it.
Where is she? That frenemy still in here? I don't know.
Christine Faria was in the corner for your opponent this evening. Did that have any effect on your mindset going in? Did it have any effect on you psychologically during the fight, seeing her over there and considering all of your history?
Yeah, you know what? I think everyone knows this. I'm not going to hide who I am. I'm an emotional creature. I'm a fucking feeling, and everybody knows it. I told them that. I warned you guys in 2021 after Paige Van Sant, but you still act surprised, so I don't know. But, honestly, I took it. It did affect my game plan. I respect and love Melanie. I thought she was awesome. We had a great conversation, and as soon as I found out Christine was in her corner, all respect to Christine, but I was like, how dare she get my enemy, my arch nemesis, in her corner? I took it personal. I was like, oh, okay, that's what it is. I'm coming. That's what I said. I told her I'd try to knock her out for that very reason. So, if you want to beat me, be really nice to me and don't piss me off with even the littlest things.
Britian Hart. Hey, any more questions for Britian Hart before we let her go? All right, the champ is going to go celebrate tonight, her big victory. Congratulations to Britian Hart. Another one under your belt. Congratulations.
And still,
she says. That's right. Give it up for one half of the main event, the winner, Britian Hart, and still your world champion.
these new belts are really heavy.
They are, right? They're a different type. All right. Thank you, Britian. Congratulations. Next up, let's bring up her opponent from the main event, a hell of a fighter from the UK. They're embracing now off camera. You can't see it. A big hug. That's what's happening as Melanie Shah walks up. Come on up, Melanie Shah. The other half of the co-main event, she has a very hard time backing up. She doesn't like to do that. She comes forward. Melanie Shah, everyone. Give it up for Melanie. All right, Melanie, like we do with everybody, any remarks before we take questions? Do you have any remarks?
Any remarks? Just that I had such a great time. It's been amazing. I loved every part of it.
Now, you're talking about how much fun you had. When you came on the Bare Knuckle show, you were mentioning you were excited because it wasn't even just to fight Britain. You had been a fan of Bare Knuckle before you started fighting for us, so you were able to show your skills to her, being a fan of hers. You were excited about that.
I mean, Britain was always one of the fighters that I admired. I loved her style, and I loved she would fight anyone. So it was just an honor for me to fight her, and I did actually want to like show off to her. So I was trying to impress her. So.
Now, even though you didn't get the victory, do you feel like you showed off? Were you happy with your performance?
I wanted to finish the fight. As long as I didn't, give up and there was no stoppage and I could, say 5 rounds, I did it, I'm happy.
All right, let's take some more questions from the media.
So I think that everyone expected you, based on your history, everyone expected you to come forward the entire fight, and you did that. And was that the entire game plan? Was there anything else? Was it just to come forward and just throw it, as much and in volume as you could, or what was sort of your game plan going in?
Well, pressure is my thing, so I always like to come forward. I was going to be a bit more tactical, but it does kind of go out the window the moment I get into a fight. So my tactics do just go. So I always just end up just going in and just whacking away.
One more.
And can you speak to I asked Britain about having, if it affected her for you to have Christine in her corner. Did having Christine, arguably the greatest female fighter, if not the greatest fighter in the sport, how did that affect your mindset and your game plan?
Obviously boosted my confidence having Christine in. Her record speaks for itself, and she's been super supportive, both this fight and my last fight, helping me make weight and my nutrition and getting me on point. So it was really helpful.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Melanie Shah. Any more questions for Melanie? We let her go and take care of business, go get stitched up, rest up, because we can't wait to see you back there again. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Melanie Shah. Oh, we got one more? All right. Britian Hart has a question for Melanie Shah. I love this. Thank you, Britain.
I do want to say that Melanie did impress me tonight, absolutely. And I'm glad that you went against the best BKFC female fighter.
I like that. Thank you, Britain. There you go. You got what you came for. You impressed her as a fan. I think that's pretty cool. One more time, give it up for Melanie Shah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie. Heck of a fight. Next up, last but certainly not least, one half of the co-main event. He didn't come out in the winning end tonight, but he's one of the biggest fan favorites here in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Another guy, we said that Melanie Shah doesn't know how to back up. This guy doesn't know how to back up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him up here. He is Joe Hitman 187 Elmore. You can't see it on screen. Oh, he was trying to get in that picture before he comes up. Yeah, that's a fan favorite right there. Joe, thank you for coming to the press conference. It's always good to talk to you. I always start off, any remarks you want to make before I even ask any questions?
I love you guys.
We love you too, Joe. Do you have any more?
That's it, man. It was just, dude, I came out here obviously with the intention to win. I had a game plan, and Dustin just utilized his jab. His range was really gay. He beat me in the moments. I can't explain how I got stuck. I was trying to just show an evolution and be a smarter striker, and I did. I didn't go down. I've still never been dropped. But yeah, man, I entertained the crowd. I'm hearing fight of the night again already. Obviously, every fight I've had's been fight of the night, knockout of the night. And I want to leave a legacy here. So, yeah, I want to leave a legacy, man. I want to be remembered forever. Not always the champion. That's the goal. But Forrest Griffin, Stephen Bonner, one of the greatest fights of all time. I just want to be known as a legend. I want people to be entertained. I want them to love me. I want them to love the sport. I want them to fall in love with BKFC. I've said it from the first time. This is my house, and win or lose, I'm coming here and I'm entertaining you motherfuckers and putting my heart on the line every time.
And you do it every time. One more for you. You had mentioned on the Bare Knuckle show and privately, this has been the best weight cut of your life going into this. You said you were ready to go. As you walk into the fight, I mean, how did that affect you mentally? You seemed a lot calmer to me.
Oh man, my energy's always high strung. I'm naturally ADHD, but it's just excitement for being where I'm at. But it was just, even though it was crazy, it was calm. I felt at peace. There was no anger. I loved my opponent. I was grateful for everybody that was there. I mean, God, this is just a grateful moment, dude. I could be sitting at home with nobody watching, and like I said, I'm just blessed to be with this microphone in my hand, blessed to have sponsors, blessed to be here in one of the greatest fight companies that ever existed, and I get to be a part of it. I'm going to be a legend in this sport.
Definitely on your way, if not already. Everyone loves watching you fight. Let's check in with some media here.
Hey, Joe. Matthew with Knuckletown Rankings. Obviously, you're a fan favorite. You're one of my favorites. There's very few fighters that, I mean, maybe nobody that I'd rather watch fight than you. You bring it every time. You're exciting. You're amazing. You said you had a game plan going in. Did you execute your game plan? And if not, what do you think that you could have done differently that would have changed the outcome of the fight?
I can't explain it. There was I felt like I won the second round, even though the cards went that way. And somewhere in the third, obviously, I hit him in an awkward spot. He had busted my lip, and I started hesitating too much, and my game plan kind of slipped out the window. And my thing is, I'm one of the toughest dudes in the world. You're not going to put me down. So I felt I maybe engaged in brawl and started getting into the entertainer side of myself again rather than the champion side. But again, man, it's just in my heart, dude. I don't know if I'm meant to be a champion or the people's champion, dude. I'm just a fighter by blood. And whenever it's my blood I smell or his blood, I just want to fight.
I got one more over here, Joe.
Joe, and I tell everybody that you're maybe the most intense human being that I've ever met. How does that happen? Like, what is it about you? What causes that intensity and that passion that you have? Like, what is that? Where does it come from?
Man, I had a rough life, dude. You know, life is hard on people. And there was a point when some people in life, like right now, man, they blame people for things. And I never wanted to blame nobody. I created Hitman 187 as the anti-hero. I want to give hope to people, and I mean, it's part of it. You know, I probably should have been hit hard enough to get dropped tonight. And I went black, but my feet stayed under me. I hit that rope, and it brought rage out of me. It's because of the passion I feel for the people, man. Like I said, just this shit's made for me, and I don't have another home. This is my home.
I agree. It is made for you, and you are like the people's champ already. So I'm excited to see what you're going to do next here in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. But unless you have any closing remarks, because we always like to hear from Joe Elmore, I'm going to let you go on your way and enjoy the rest of your night and kind of heal up and get better and be back soon. Do you have anything else you'd like to say, Joe?
Man, I want to thank my family, my wife, all the fans that are out there watching, and most of all, I want to thank God. You know, he put me here, kept me alive, and kept me on my feet. And just thank the fans, man. And love each other. Love each other, and tune in, baby.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Positive message from Joe Elmore, Hitman 187. Give it up. Let me hear it for Joe Elmore, the people's champ. And with that looks like that's going to end the press conference because we have the co-main, and I think Cyrus said this earlier, but keep an eye on Bare Knuckle FC on Instagram and all our socials so we can announce the fight of the night, the performance of the night, and the knockout of the night when that comes about. We'll keep you posted. Until then, we will see you next time. Always keep tuned in on the BKFC app.